Good evening. Today I want to read part two of about game stalking. I did part of it yesterday, but I cut it short because it kept putting me to sleep. And this is the manual of game stalking. Maybe one of the manuals because I have another one. I actually have a book. This book right here. Silent Weapons for Quiet Walls. This is the manual also, but I brought this one, and I was looking for how I came across this. Someone asked me, "What do the color pink represent? What do it mean in GameStop?" And they always make my nose itch. They do that on purpose too. Um, I thought I had came across that one time, but I don't. I must have didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna look and go through my stuff and see did I come across the colors for GameStop and why do some were red, some were orange, those neon colors. Those are the colors that they come around with neon. Now I'm seeing purple, not on the clothes I'm going to wear, so I'm seeing purple on the cars, like a real light reflection of purple. And I think they're doing that because I watch his franchise Pearson video that he's always talking about the Phoenicians. And the Phoenicians were people that lived, around before the Roman Empire. And they were people who sacrificed children and sacrificed people. They believe in human sacrificing. And so this is what and purple was their color. The color purple and Tiffany blue. And then he was saying that red and black represent sacrifice. So I've been ever since I've been watching him, I've been noticing that like the people who are politicians, when they have these news when you see them on TV, when they have something special, they have on purple, especially the women. They have on purple suits, and the men might have on a purple tie. They're gonna have on something purple, and then you got the people that's famous. They wearing purple. I seen what's this Curry Stabbing Curry. What's that boy name? He's a basketball player, a real light skinned dude. He had on purple sneakers, and then oh no, what's that boy name? I can see their faces just as good. This guy here, he sings, and he got some age on it, but he looked real young, little skinny dude. And I think he's his wife. I don't think she's black. She's like she might be Spanish or something. But he wear that top hat. She had part of her hair. His wife did. She had part of her hair Tiffany blue and part of it purple. So she had on both colors. I've seen like basketball players with their hair dyed purple. So these people is talking to each other. See, we're not knowing what's going on because I would have never known if I hadn't started looking at his videos. And they talk. Everybody's part of the Phoenicians. That's part of the secret society. They know what's going on. They talking to each other through color, code. But he said it's the 5 C's. I know it's color and code, conclusion. And two more things. I can't remember what all he said. But he always able to count up things to 666. And so these people represent the Phoenicians with the color of purple and Tiffany blue. And so I saw a video of guy, who was it? Gang stalking in Lord have mercy. wasn't Brazil. Golly, I got to really get something to help my brain. Cause these people really messing with me. Australia. He's from Australia, and he was in Walmart. Almost everybody in Walmart had on pink. I said, God, that's too much pink right there. They just, you know, everybody, anybody with good sense know that when you go shopping, everybody in the store not gonna have on no pink, but they did. So I don't know if he was the one that asked me the question, but someone asked me the question just this week. What did the color pink? You see, I had never seen nobody with the pink on. I've seen them with orange and neon orange, neon green. That would be some kind of neon color. And the colors on the cars is a thin layer of purple. And so that's letting me know that these people, the gang stalking organization, with the Fahetians, which I already knew that because Obama is the one that got them doing it. You know, with the SES. So I'm gonna go ahead and do. That's why I was looking, but maybe some of y'all could tell me what do the color pink. I want to find a chart with all the colors so we'll know what this stands for. Cause I've been wondering about the red, cause they have a lot of red and burgundy cars around me. It started out with like white, then it from white to silver and black. Now it's red and burgundy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm on part 4, number 4, physical sabotage. Physical sabotage is an especially effective form of punishment. And punishment, the punishment from what? What they supposed to be punishing us for? That's the problem. We don't even know why we're being punished. They need to be punished, and God is going to do it. God gonna punish them when it is carefully limited to low value items below the value where police will take the report seriously. For example, burning a targeted house down or even stealing an expensive appliance. They stole my insurance policy. I went to my house because we were giving one of my granddaughters a birthday dinner, and I come back home, somebody was in our ceiling. Had been in the garage, but then I found out some of my important papers was missing. So they had been in the house and stole some. I had a police report with the first police who attacked me, had his name on it. My rental agreement with my rental people, my landlord, and my insurance policy. So I reckon they trying to cash in on my insurance, gonna kill me, and then cash in on my insurance policy. And I've been trying to call my insurance people, but they're not answering the phone. But I'm gonna call them and let them know that my paper is missing to send me another one. And I'm gonna make some changes. I'll make some changes on my insurance because I've had the insurance for a while, but they're not gonna cash in on it. For example, burning a targeted house down or even stealing an expensive appliance. And see, that's what they were trying to say. Somebody, when they moved, okay, where we moved from, they moved like October of 2020, I think it was. And then the police came over to the house asking me, saying that somebody stole something. And he was lying, because I could tell he was lying. Said somebody stole some appliances out of their house. Now, first of all, they got to have wings to fly because they have the house is, the back of the house is in a fence that they lock. And so how they gonna get in the fence? We ain't seen no truck. Only truck I seen over there was the man that worked over there. So if any appliance was missing, he stole it. And he did leave out from over there with a bunch of stuff on his truck. We had a bunch of tree leaves, but at the very back of the truck, it was like cloth stuff. So if any guy thing got stolen out of that house, he did it. And I'm not gonna help him nowhere. I'm not helping them nothing. I don't care what I see. I don't see nothing. For example, burning a Target house down or even stealing an expensive appliance would bring officials, investigators into the picture, and they go out like they don't know nothing. So that is not done. There ain't no need of calling the police. Go ahead and whoop they behind and get it over with, because the police ain't gonna do nothing. If you know who stole your stuff, just whoop they behind. That's it. Sabotage producing extreme safety hazard is generally not suitable for operations, because the police is no good to us. It's just like they are dead. The law is dead to us. The law, the medical, anything that we need to go to for help is dead. Not suitable for operation because of the potential for burning official investigators to an accident scene. So while damaging the brake system of a target vehicle is not allowed for community-based agents, CBAS, draining some of the oil, transmission fluid, or radiator antifreeze is allowed, but not all of it. They broke in my daughter's car and put a little small hole. I believe he put some witchcraft on her because she started having problems with her bike where she couldn't even walk. She had to roll around on one of those computer seats with the wheels. She rolled around the house with that. And so that's why I kind of, I be wondering. That's why I be asking y'all, have anybody in y'all family been real sick and then got healed, but they try to act like they don't know nothing about gang stalking? I have 2 people in my family that's done that. Actually, 3. So they don't deal with us. Plus my sister in there, but see, she being gang stalked. So none of the other family, The goal is to make it look as if the target is negligent in maintaining fluid levels and generally not causing a catastrophe failure that non-target might see as sabotage. It is very important to apply punishment by way of a large number of small value sabotage acts, because that makes it looks like the target is forgetful, exaggerating, or in some case even delusional. If they complain about many cases of small value damage, the target's associates will simply refuse to believe that anyone but the target is responsible. You see, who would be so evil to come up with some crazy mess like this right here? So you see the police. This is telling us the police ain't gonna do nothing. So if you find anybody out there messing with your stuff, whoop them. Don't kill them. Just give them a good whooping. That's what they need. Because they messing with us for no reason. They're making up lies, saying stuff about us, making up movies. They're doing any and everything because they professional liars. They possessed with demons. These police are possessed with demons because they don't open themselves up to the Masonic. And they go to like the 33rd degree. That's all they do is demonic stuff. And you got these crazy nuts. The only reason they're allowing them to join them the Masons because they need them to help them do their evil. Because once upon a time you had to be what they consider somebody in order to join the Masons. And once upon a time black people couldn't even join. That's why you got the boule. They couldn't be a part of the, what is it, the RTO or something. Um, with that big owl thing. They couldn't be a part of that. They had to get their own, and they still ain't part of it. But they want to be consider themselves somebody. You somebody. You were born somebody with your black face. You were born somebody. You don't have to join nothing no other race is a part of. And like I said, I'm not prejudiced, but everything is racist, especially when it comes to us. And as light as I am, I don't experience a whole lot of racism. Had to prove I was black for one thing, like I want to be something else. I had to show my ID. That like I really want to go somewhere and lie and say that I'm black and when I'm not. Even though there was a woman that did that, but she wasn't married to a black man. So, but she did that for her gain, but I'm not. But anyway, let me get back to this. Here are some examples of sabotage in a community-based agent, CBA, may be assigned to carry out. Entering a vehicle, a home, and changing control and radio settings. I don't have no radio, but they be messing with my computer. Replacing window washer fluid with water, possibly destroying the system in winter. Scratching the paint on the top of the vehicle, scratching furniture and valuables. Now, just for them going in your house is a criminal act. And this and if you get shot up in there, that's your problem. Because you got no business going in people's houses. Because I have had people tell me that they was in their house while they home. They locking their door. No, you don't lock the door. Get you something and knock the crap out of them. You have to take a lamp and just whoop them. Because they ain't got no business coming in your home. Especially with you there. Because I had a dude trying to come in my house. And I was waiting on him. Come on down because I got something for you. And I was gonna, when he go out, he's going to be flying. I meant that thing. I was waiting on him. Come on down because I had already put latches on the crawl space. He was trying to break the latches. So I was waiting. I won't want to leave out. Come on in. Come on in. Because when you come in, you're going to hate it. And I meant that thing. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna do to him, but I was wait for him. I won't gonna be afraid of it. Come on down. That's all you got to do. Just come on down. Cause I got something for you. And I meant it too. Cause I'm home, minding my business in the house by myself. Don't bother nobody. I don't have my TV up loud. I don't make no loud noise. I don't do nothing. If only way they know that I'm home is they see me go out to the mailbox or hear me taking a shower. I don't make no noise because I try to respect my neighbors. I've always been that way. None of my neighbors have ever had problems with me until they started giving me problems. But they making all that loud noise, having the music so loud you can see my wall vibrating, having the children jumping off the furniture, and the cheap bed hitting the wall and all that kind of foolishness. So if you want to disrespect me, you going to get disrespected back. The only way I stopped, God kept telling me, repent. God said, repent. I had to know how to repent and get my Bible and read it. I said, well, okay, then y'all can do what y'all do all night long. I can read all night long. And I give them the word. Read out loud and give them the word. Okay, let me get back to this. Because this here, I'm getting angry. It's really making me angry because we don't bother people. The people that I've come across are not people that bother you. I've had some gang stalkers that pretend they were TIs and I believe them. And I had to find out these are lying people right here. That's why I don't even try to, get out my phone number or my address or nothing no more. Okay, scratch and paint. I already read it. Okay, from removing some air rights up the slashing a sidewall if authorized by the center, simulating a break in electrical windows, heater strips, cutting off the four-way flashers button. I don't know what that is. Moving things around inside the vehicle to show the target someone got in. That's how they did. And then my daughter accused me. She come in the house, fussing at me, talking about I put a hole in the back of her chair. I said, I couldn't. Girl, and she really made me mad. I said, why in the world would I put a hole in your seat in the back of your chair? What I supposed to be getting out of it? I said, what you need to do is go down there to that dude, two doors down, and say something to him because that's who did it. I said, you coward. I said, you can talk junk to your mama, but you let these people do any and everything. I'm not no coward. And then when I get to fussing with them, she come out fussing with me. I had to me and her end up fussing. I ain't scared of these people. Okay, moving furniture or carpet around fairly frequently to show the target someone was there. They're breaking in your house. That's against the law. Breaking it and entering someone's home. And when they break in your house and you catch them, you can kill them because they're inside your house. You can't kill them on the outside, but you can on the inside. But they ain't got no business in there. Stealing low value items, especially items like scissors, which can be easily misplaced. Like this, somebody stole my. I got some real pearls that I had ever since I was 16 years old, and I had took two off because there's a lot of pearls on the loops. So I took one off of each earring, and I had me a ring made, and I had a necklace made, just a one pearl to put on a chain. And so this guy I used to deal with years ago before I ever got into church, he stole my ring, and then I had the necklace thing put in the closet in the hallway. They left the box and took the pearl. But I was being gang stalked there too by my housing manager. But I couldn't figure out what is wrong with this woman. She keep trying to approach me. She was tall and stuff, but I don't care about fighting nobody big. I had to go back and let her know because when she first approached me, she approached me about my cousin. She said somebody had told her, won't nobody but the girl that stayed next to me that was causing me a lot of problems. She over there abusing her little girl, calling the child a B. This cussing the child out. She was a grown person. And approached me saying that I said that she didn't allow my cousins to put a wreath on the door. I didn't even know nothing about it. Somebody could call me and asking me about it, but I told them I don't know because I was sick. I hadn't even been outside, and I didn't know that I wasn't going over there because I was sick. And this girls had newborn babies, so I wasn't going to take my cold over there to them. And so I had been outside. I didn't know if they had a wreath or not. And so when she approached me about it, at first I didn't say nothing. And by me walking back to my apartment, I was getting heated up. It was on my mind. I got heated up and I turned around and went back over there and I approached her and let her know, I hadn't said nothing. I didn't even know that you didn't have. I reckon she think I was going to approach you. I ain't scared I'm not so afraid of nobody. Especially when I ain't did nothing. I don't even know if anybody told her that or not. But somebody called me. And the person that called me tried to act like they didn't know what was going on. Like she did nothing. That's why I don't fool with people because people will get you killed And you ain't that like these gang stalkers, whoever putting our name on this blackball, they saying we terrorists. We need to be able to sue them for defaming our name. Now this is what we need to be able to do. But we don't have no judges who were being on the seat as a judge. It's like we don't have cops that were carrying them badges and them, wearing them uniforms because they are the criminals. They the criminals. Okay, let me finish because I'm getting this making me this. I might not need to read this because this is really pissing me off reading this stuff here because this is stuff they do. Stealing low value items, especially items like scissors. Now, why would somebody take the chance of breaking in somebody's house to steal some dang on scissors? Lord, I need you to help me right now because I'm really feeling something rising up in me. Because this is really making me mad. Which can be easily misplaced, keeping them until the target replace the item, then they're going to bring them back. Then return the miss. You know, these people is a fool. Often in a place the target checked. Stealing important papers. They see that they don't steal my important paper. I just said what they stole of mine. I wish if I'd have had me a gun, I'd have shot up in that dang on crawl space. I had a chance to buy one, but I didn't buy it. Especially those which will cost money to replace. Stealing irreplaceable photographs. While Target is at work, remove mail from the mail. See that joke was out there messing with my mailbox. He better be glad I'm seeing it on the video and not seeing him standing at that window and toss it around. Cause but they didn't toss my mail around. They tossed my daughter's mail. I went to the mailbox, her mail on the ground. Repeatedly making wall pictures crooked, setting clocks to the wrong time. So they in your house got the time to do this dumb stuff. I mean, they really crazy. I'm really getting mad reading this. I am. Woo, Lord Jesus, help me. Help me, Lord. So what we need to do is set traps for they behind. Set some traps. And set a trap that go off is going to hurt them. While Target is at work, remove mail. Okay, I already read it. Repeatedly dumping consumable supplies, coffee, to make the target think they are no longer capable of managing their supplies well. Starting small rips in new clothes, which are widened or repeated visits. Ripping couches. See that they're really not there. Ripping your couch. That's why I used to say when I would go places, I would set a camera inside the house. And I noticed the guy that I was dating at the time, he got nervous. That's what I really thought about. Oh yeah, you's a gang stalker. You think you I had to let him know. Then he told me, you think I'll do that? Yes, you will, because you doing it. I ain't seen him now in some years. But I got a feeling he probably still gang stalking me. He probably wasn't causing all this torture on me. Replacing clothing with similar items which are too small for the target, like for children, what Target does not have. Ironing inside button flags over, making buttoning the shirt top difficult. Carefully working the tip of a knife through seams in an air mattress. You know what? At my house, I have air mattresses, and them things cost me. I didn't get no cheap ones. Was it about $200 or $300? And my grandson thinking he the one that's doing it, and it could have been them neighbors, the witch that come from New York. Our cushions the target may own, including replacements on a daily basic, but I ain't buying any none because they done tore up too. Breaking zippers in clothes and bags, perhaps by pulling out a tooth or two. Those are the zipper. I know how to fix a zipper. Shoving a knife through the soles of waterproof boots. At work, removing screws from the target's office chair or at home dining table, leaving only one screw or four left to tilt the table with china. That's crazy. I mean, that is really childish, and you got people that's really doing this stuff. I mean, you people is stooping to the lowest of low, and it's really stupid low when you just. I mean, the first house we went to, them people cut. I mean, cut that paper up to the littlest that you can cut it, and then line our whole front yard from one end to the all the way to the other end. And that early that morning, they had to hear me out there raking. I made sure I made a lot of noise. I made sure I made a whole lot of noise. I scraped the made sure I scraped the road and everything, the pavement. Y'all gonna hear this noise. I went to take the trash dumps out before the trash man ran. Guess what I saw? At work, damaging or destroying, if not extremely obvious, a target's work from a previous day. For example, the computer is broken again, possibly worse. At work, replacing current copies of computer files with an old copy, particularly serious if target is a computer programmer. At work, where some employees, now somebody came in this house here down because I've been trying to get somebody to put latches on the crawl space because they want no door nothing on that crawl space, so I had to buy something to get it cut that'll go over the crawl space, but they didn't put no latch on it. And like I told them, see, they don't understand. These people they crazy, a fool for money. So somebody came down in the garage and took the piece off the door where it can't go up or down. And it was working. Cause my grandson fixed it when we moved here. And it was working going up and down, but they took a piece off of it where it won't do nothing. And I kept telling them somebody be up there in that ceiling. I can hear them, they got on boots. Animals don't wear no dang on boots. These crazy nuts don't know how to crawl and be silent. They did the same thing at the other house. I said, Lord, if I only had me a nail gun. I know they behind to the ceiling. They be looking see all that red design. They said, what kind of design is that? Blood. Because I got fed up with them messing with me. And see, that'll make you hurt them. People that is not even violent. You keep messing with people and keep messing with people and keep messing with people. People will hurt you. It's like these mass killing. These boys is not. I don't even think they'll go kill somebody if they start go shooting up people. They under mind control. Just like gang stalkers. These gang stalkers are under mind control. They really are. They are following a program. They can't be but mind control because they're following a program. Okay, at work, if the target is responsible for parts of the operation which can be sabotaged, do so repeatedly just as the target starts eating lunch or is about to leave for home. At work, where the target is responsible for materials, see, that's when you keep on going home. Whoever come tell you that something is messed up, they'll have to fix it. At work, where the target is responsible for material, and I realized that I was being targeted while I was in electronic school. I'm realizing the more I look back on my life, I keep seeing gang stalking. I keep seeing it. And one of my teachers was gang stalking me, and he tried to make me flunk. I had to go to the head people on his behind. Actually, I had three teachers when I was in college, were trying to mess over me, and I had to go to somebody for two of them. When I took cosmetology, I had to go to because she was trying to make it where I couldn't get my financial aid, so I had to go let them know that she was messing with my grades. Because the other girl, they couldn't figure out why my grades were better than their grade, and they gonna give me a fucking grade. And then I had another teacher, he gave me a D. I ain't selling for this. Y'all ain't gonna just mess over me. So I had to go to the president on him. Then I caught him gang stalking me at the Christian bookstore. At the time, I didn't know I was being gang stalked, but I couldn't figure out why he was acting so weird. Lord, there ain't no telling what all these people done said got my name out here doing. It's crazy. Lord have mercy. Let me hush and finish reading this here. Okay, at work where the target is responsible for. Okay, I already read it. No, that's not. That's still. At work where the target is responsible for material that can't be locked up, sabotage, or with special permission from the control center, steal the material. Theft have to be carefully considered and authorized by your local center. Unless you have, and the local center is probably your community watch leader. Unless you have authorization, do not steal. One particularly effective type of theft is to remove small value, but often used items from the target's premises. Once the target has been observed purchasing a replacement, the item is returned. This not only caused the target to spend money uselessly, it also imposed a feeling of total helplessness on the target, not me, because I'm trying to think. I thought sure I had ordered uh external D the D drive, UBS drive, the kind that you can save material on, and I ended up getting a hard drive. I mean DVD drive. So I had to order the uh the thing so I can save my videos on. And that was money I didn't need. So I'm trying to think, did I order the right thing in the first place, and then they changed it? Because all these companies is a part of gang stalking. Okay, I'm doing too much talking. I know I am, but I can't help it because stuff just popping up in my head. Sabotaging the target's reputation. They done did that. Sabotaging the target's reputation and all that goes with it, such as ability to earn a living, business, and personal relationships. And they're doing that good because everybody that I get in communication with um, and start having conversations, just having conversations. Out of the blue, they'll start answering my phone calls. And see, I'm not a person that do a whole lot of calling people, but sometimes a person will get on my mind and I call them just to say, hey, they won't answer. And now call me back. So I said, well, bump it in because I ain't desperate for no friends. Really not. Is a very special operation category. Newer community-based agents will not be assigned to engineer the method but will assist in passing rumors, which are the main means of destroying a target public image. Rumors, because they keep calling me a witch, and I have no idea. I don't even want to be a witch. They trying to be now. consists mainly they'll get right behind me when I would be in the store, get right behind me and start calling me a witch. And I be trying, but I'm at the point now. I don't care nothing about being nice no more. I'm tired of people lying on me. Even a witch. Now she was a witch and now she preaching, calling herself an apostle, and she's still a witch. Cause she's lying, trying to make like she's saved. However, in order to secure cooperation of specific members of the community to participate in the punishment phase, additional information needed to appeal to the patriarch or community service sense of such community members may be used as well. As mentioned earlier, the organization has many top psychologists and psychiatrists on permanent staff at headquarters and some in larger population centers. It is their responsibility to design this campaign to destroy the target reputation. These people listed below can be approached and given information which will cause them to make the target's association with them uncomfortable or break off all contact with the target, business contact, supervisor. Okay, just a list of people. Okay, business contacts, supervisors, co-workers, casual social contacts such as clubs a target may be a member of or a group that frequents a bar where the target is a patron, friends, local fraternal organizations. They are motivated by the public service and are an excellent source of assistance in keeping the target under surveillance and participating in the punishment phase as well. Store staffs, I don't hear that. Store staffs at places at Target shops, Target landlord, that too, Target neighbors, yes. Tradesmen who are likely to service the Target home, yes. They don't only mess with, they only call other gang stalkers. Bus drivers on the Target's route, local children, yes. City employees, including emergency medical technicians, ambulances, homeless shelter staff, and residents who were applicable. Family members, yes, surprisingly may already to believe negative information, especially personal at place the target apply for work. And this is what they do. All this stuff is I don't dealt with it. How intensely these sabotage operations are carried out is governed mainly by the need to prevent the target from learning that the negative rumors are being spread. The goal is to keep negative information covertly flowing into the community in such a way that those receiving the information aren't likely to tell the target. One might think they ain't got to tell me nothing because I already know. You can look at the fools out there walking, buying something in the morning and doing out there constantly working like it's crazy. Constantly working to do something against you that they're gonna uh, be rewarded for their deeds. And I ain't talking about no money. I'm talking about they're gonna reap what they sow because God Almighty is watching. One might think that friends and family members would instantly notify the target. They ain't gonna tell you nothing and side with the target. They will not. Fortunately, experience shows the co-opting friends and family is surprisingly easy once they are informed about the target's criminal record. We got no criminal. I ain't never got no trouble with the law. The headquarters staff have developed techniques which by the and large prevent that by those techniques are beyond the scope of this manual. Suffix is it to say that it is possible to apply incentives which cause even people closest to the target to cooperate. These incentives are applied by specialists from our organization at higher than the local level. For the community level CBA, the worker of sabotaging the reputation of the target takes the form of simply carrying out instructions from your control center as to what you say to whom, how, and when. Discrediting targets. This is number 6. While the powerful silent support of operation by the justice and psychiatry system has been sufficient to prevent the target from informing the public, the area of discrediting targets is an ongoing activity, like sabotaging the target's reputation, discrediting their public statements, websites, media appearances, letters to the editor, and the like are done under the supervision of psychologists and psychiatrists on their staff. If a community-based agent (CBA) has a good track record of intelligently carrying out assignments and has access to a computer, the CBA may apply to the local control center for assignment to discredit work. Excellent communication skills are required. Some of the activities CBAs carry out under supervisions are. Now this is the manual for the game stalker. This is the stuff that they do to us. Monitoring message boards, blogs, and open media like indie media for targets posts. This is okay. Part one of my video of this right here. I put the site. I put the doctor's name and the name targeted justice in the description. You know, somebody took it off. Somebody be deleting uh, stuff off of my messages. A lot of the stuff that I can see that somebody had sent me something, but I don't get it because some nut that evidently got to be working with YouTube deletes it. So somebody deleted, and so they'll be trying to say that I didn't put the right information down, and so they can close me down. But I know I did put it up there, and I'm gonna put it on this one too. Monitoring messages. Okay, I already said that. Someone isn't taking their. Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna read that. I didn't read all of it. Monitoring message board, blogs, and open media like indie medias for target posts. This is normally done in special shifts and under scheduling and control at a higher level than your local CC. The monitoring is assisted by blog scanning software, which will detect and instantly flags posts relating to activity. The CBA doing this work will immediately reply with comments like someone isn't taking their medication. Target name has provided absolutely no evidence. The CBA will then report the post to higher level supervisors for possibly more details response. Now, this really is a pure natural born shame and a disgrace. It really is that people go all out their way to cunningly. This is like that serpent in the Garden of Eden. To cunningly try to just completely destroy somebody else's reputation, their life, not just their reputation, their whole life. And this really is a pure shame. Monitor newspapers in your area for letters to the editor regarding activity, and then they monitor your emails too. Like if you try to email, mail a letter to your governor or senator to get some help, they be the one that and that's against the law too. That's a federal offense, and they'll write you back, like that whoever you wrote you back. Most editors and many reporters have been recruited and are willing to assist in keeping the important work of monitoring and neutralizing quiet. But once in a while, a letter to the editor will slip through. In this case, comment like someone isn't taking their medication are not an appropriate response. Transcribe and forward such a letter to the editor to the supervisor along with your proposed response. The supervisor may edit your response and will assist in ensuring your response is printed. Your supervisor will have staff monitoring upcoming talk show appearances by targets. While most talk show hosts, even those somewhat sympathetic to targets, have received discrediting information, and like Phil. Dr. Phil, when he had them people on there, that was just he looked just real crazy for what he was doing. And I ain't looked at his show since. I won't look at it. I'll never look at Dr. Phil's show ever again, and often will not host targets. Some targets do manage to get on the air. Those who acting like pure fools, they're not real targets. In this case, your supervisor will assign you to call into the show and instruct you as to appropriate things to say, such as rebutting the target's claims, pretending to be a then they turn or something. God, them little puppies, they just keep a mess going. I can hear them tearing up paper. I'm gonna post this one. Okay, them little puppies, they are a mess. Okay, let's see. Rebutting the target's claim, pretending to be a target, calling and making wacko statements. See, that's what Dr. Phil did. Statements such as UFOs are harassing me, are pulling the discussion away from real activities and to something like media mind control. No, stuff like this is real. UFOs, I don't know if it's harassing anybody, but the UFOs are real. At least they got, I don't know if they're coming from another place or I know what I've seen. Flying saucers. And they're out there. And everybody gonna see them because they're gonna have to come to pass. Media mind control. The media is the biggest enemy. Yeah, they part of the biggest enemy because our government is the biggest. Agents who have excellent persuasive communication skills can be assigned with careful coaching and preparation from supervisors to pretend to be a target and get on talk shows known to air targets as the guests. And I don't seen some do that too. I've seen them do it, but I could tell them. I could tell these fakes. These opportunities are great ways to discredit targets because you can tell by what they say. When they trying to make us look crazy, you know they crazy. That's a gang stalker because gang stalkers are crazy. Anytime they start talking food talk, then you know that's not they talking individual. Talkers by talking about UFOs. I've talked about UFOs and I've seen them and they're out there. It's not just me saw them. Other people seen them too. And they keep trying to play these games like they're not out there. Because our government, our military know they out there. Because there's no way they could be up in the sky and they not know. Things like black. I don't know if they are military flying saucers, if they somebody from somewhere else. I don't know because I didn't see the people. All I know, I just seen the saucer, the flying saucer, and I've seen a whole bunch of them that look like stars up in the sky. And that's what I would have thought they was if they had started flying one at a time. And there was a great big military airplane up there too, flying around in this big circle. One flying saucer at the time was fly, moving extremely fast. They were just sitting up in the sky. So they can stop that crazy mess right there because they out there. And they're using some kind of blue light. And it might be, I heard this lady talking about it. Said God told her that it was called the Antichrist blue. But I don't know what it's called. All I know what I saw. I saw my sister's whole entire room lit up in blue. And when I seen it, it just went up in the air. I seen it 3 times, and the street that was behind us, the whole entire street, as far as I could see, was blue inside the houses and on the outside. And there was a flying saucer on top of one of the houses. So they can stop that right there. Okay. Things like black helicopters, they real to follow you. Or beanies, satellites, parked just above your home. Yep. And perhaps events normally considered paranormal, like seeing things that appear and disappear. I've seen that too. These discredited topics may be a total surprise to the host. Only mention it after the show is in progress. CBAs can casually describe our behaviors exhibited by the target as a result of around-the-clock activities to the target's neighbors. And see, that's why we probably see this stuff, because they want us to see it so that they can say we crazy. But they know we're not, because they know this stuff is here. The idea is to focus the neighbor's attention to the target's behavior, hinting that maybe the target is mentally ill. This is easy once the target has developed suspicion that everyone is out to get him or her. It is a special honor for CBAs to be chosen for target discreditation work. I don't know how I might have to make this a part. 2. Let me see. Cause it's a lot of stuff. But target homes. It's a lot of information. Trade related punishment. I'm going to read this. This section will give some examples of ways community-based agents, CBAs, with specific trades or situations in the community can apply deniable punishment to targets. Underground utility crews. Okay, here you go right here. Yep, here you go right here. This is what I'm dealing with. That's good. I went on here and read it. Underground utility crews where the management has been recruited. Schedule messy, noisy maintenance at the target's home or business if the target runs a business. This can include having the street torn up for extended periods or repeatedly funding for unneeded work is available for headquarters. Just like when we moved in this house, everything was backed up. The toilets was backed up. The commodes were backed up. Or the commodes and the toilet, the same thing. The commode back there, the bathtub was backed up, and the kitchen sink was, everything was backed up, and I mean a pure mess in here. And they did that before we moved here. No, not before we moved here. They went down there to the end of that road, and I do have it on video. They went down to the end of that road down there, and they were down there digging something. And a bunch of the workers came down. One man came in front of the house and just turned around on some little thing that you drive. And they kept coming down, and then a big truck went down to the end, and they got out and did some holes. They did something down at the end of that road down there and stopped up everything. All the lights be here, they still be here blinking. And I think those be the tights, because I was sitting in my bedroom and my lamp started blinking, and I just got real hot. And that's when they all had all the LED light bulbs in. But those this stuff. Let me finish reading. Taxi drivers can delay arriving. I had that happen too when called by the target, especially when going to the airport. When I was trying to get home from school, when I was going to RCC, sometimes they wouldn't even show up, and I wouldn't have no way home. You know, I had to sit out there and sit until I could find somebody to come pick me up. Bus drivers has leeway in nasty weather, for example, to stop one stop away from a waiting target and wait there for perhaps 5 minutes. Ostensibly, I reckon that's what that is, get back on schedule. This can also cause a target to miss connections with the next bus or train. This is especially effective when the target exposed to bad weather can see the bus waiting up the street for no apparent reason or not. This is really sad. It really is sad that they do this type of stuff. And it's a program. Stopping at your bus's stop. Repair trades, people can keep getting it wrong. Necessarily, wait a minute, I don't know what that word is. Many recalls to late be messy, overbill the target, and even damage things which were okay. This is especially effective in the automobile repair trade. Medical lab technicians can substitute blood samples or otherwise falsify. I told you that these people is falsifying a lot of things. They're telling lies. Falsify result making the target appear to have absolutely no reason for their complaints, or give you some kind of disease that you don't have. They'll say that you got something that you don't have. Police can frequently pull the target over for frivolous reasons. I don't know if that's right or not. Telephone and cable TV technicians can reroute legitimate calls to the target's number. I've had it done too in large numbers, and this will cause the target to get very angry with these totally innocent callers. I get all kind of phone calls. And then I try to call my cousin the phone a few times. Excuse me. And I couldn't get her, so I used another phone, and it went right through. So they be messing with my phone call, so I don't even call her. But yes, I do. Sometimes I still call her on the house phone. Police can frequently pull the target over for frivolous reasons. They really mess with my throat. At nighttime when I'm asleep, that heated energy that be going up in my body, it really starts right here before it goes up in my brain. but it be hot, real hot right here. That's why my skin started hanging down, because this heat it sits right here, and I can feel the heat coming out. Like if I'm breathing a cough or something, I can feel the heat coming out my mouth. And they mess in my ears too. But they getting where they be attacking my brain with that heat. But that's alright. Hellfire is so much worse than this what they doing to me. I tell you that. That's what keep me going, because I know when they go to hell and they go into the lake of fire, all that what they did is not gonna be worth, hurting me is not gonna be worth their soul salvation. Because they're gonna have to answer to God for what they do. Okay. Telephone and cable TV technician. Look, I already read it. Store staff where the target shop frequently can be instructed to remove items the target is known to need when a target is known to be coming. Store management can stop ordering a target favorite item. Restaurants and food delivery services can tell the target they are out of an item known to be a favorite of the target, and they can poison you too. They do that too. That's how they bad. These people are evil. I know a man, he went to a restaurant and they put rat poison and rat pee in his food. That man almost died. Because when I first started looking at him, he's a minister. I started looking at him. I said, something wrong with him. I didn't know he had been poisoned. But I could look at him and tell something. I didn't know if he was on drugs or what was going on with him. But I knew something was wrong. And then he started telling us about how they poisoned him because he was investigating the what's the name of the people? Mm, I just said it not long ago. And I said it couldn't be in the RTO with the secret society. They had to get their own. The black people had to get their own. That's what he was investigating them, and they poisoned him. Okay, the key to successful punishment by trades people is that while the target is very likely to know they are being punished, these punishment acts must appear to the general public as life normal breaks. That's why they try to do things that look natural. But we know that it's a program, and that's what they follow in the program. Like these people getting out here walking. That the old man, the one that be the first one to get out and walk, he had no big stomach bent over. Now he walked. He had to start walking in his backyard. For the first time he went walking, he just did make it back home. And when he got up on them steps, he pretty bent over because he was tired. Now he walking. Well, I mean, he done lost a lot of weight and he walking up something now. But he walked before we moved here. None of these people were walking like that when we moved here. Now they getting up like 5 something in the morning. Who in the world? You about 70 or 80 years old and you up walking at 5 o'clock in the morning. They really paying you some good money, evidently. Okay, I don't know if I want to go keep on reading this or not. Target's home. Let me see how much is it first. But I don't want to make this video too long. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Cause it's a lot right here. I'ma come back to this and make this another video. This will be part 3. So the next time I'ma part 8, Target home. That'll be the one that I do. And make that a part 3. So I am gonna end this right here. At least they didn't put me to sleep. They made me coughing though. But you know, it's really sad it really is so sad that we having to go through this type of thing. It really is very sad. But I pray that God will help us. He sent angels to help us, and that we can have our peace of life. You know, we need peace in our life, and I think God is gonna give us peace. And so I'm gonna say, have a blessed weekend. Today is Friday, and it's 5:53 p.m. Today is the 19th of August, 2022. So be blessed in the Lord, and just keep yourself in prayer. We got to stay prayed up, because these people just don't care. All they care about is money. That's all they care about.